So welcome and hello, Mrs. Shohreh Bayat. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, sure. My name is Shohreh Bayat and I am from Iran. Currently, I'm a refugee in United Kingdom. I'm a chess player as well and also international chess arbiter. I was representing Iran and also I played for England national team as well.
But you have described some aspects of your life. You're living in London, but you have done something special, and meaning that as a international chess arbiter, you refused to wear a hijab, and at an international match. Can you tell us what happened?
Sure. Most of my life I lived in Iran. And in Iran, because of the Islamic rules, hijab is mandatory. Hijab is basically covering your hair and body only for females. And also in Iran, I was the first general secretary in all sports as a female, the first female who ever became a general secretary in a sport federation. Then I got appointed as the chief arbiter of Women's World Chess Championship match in China. During the tournament, I decided to wear a loose hijab, but this is very normal with Iranian standards because also people in Iran can show their hair from front or from back. So I was showing a portion of my hair in a way that it is still possible to come back to Iran, but also to show that I'm not supporting mandatory hijab. After first round of the tournament, I received some messages from the president of the Chess Federation who told me that my hijab is not proper enough and asked me to wear a proper hijab. That actually was very annoying for me because I was already tolerating hijab with difficulty. So I decided to actually push my scarf even more back. So my scarf was here. I decided to put it here the next day. But after that, what happened was that the Iranian media, mostly related to Iranian religious police, reported that I was not wearing headscarf, and they published photos of me. In those photos, they were using an angle that my scarf was not clear at all. And they mentioned that I just decided deliberately not to wear a scarf. Then I was contacted by the president of the Chess Federation, and they asked me to write an apology letter because basically all media condemned me for not wearing a scarf. They told me then unofficially that I have to cover all my hair. I have to wear only black clothes, and I have to write a public apology and post it in my social media. Also, they gave me a long list of other things to do. Instead, I decided not to follow that. The next day, I decided to just go to the tournament without scarf totally, because that was a historical moment for me and a very important moment that I had to take a decision to stand for what I believe in. And that was, although it was affecting whole my life, and I had my family in Iran, I had my house in Iran, everything, all my life was in Iran. But this is the moment that I had to take a stand and just to be myself and to do the right thing. So since then, I decided not to wear a scarf and to speak up about it.
How was it like to grow up in the Islamic world? How has Islamic theocracy shaped your life?
Let's say that at school I was basically totally brainwashed because the regime was indoctrinating Islamic rules and laws into our brain for years. We had to learn Quran and we had to learn religious things. at school and follow all those things. So I was basically a very religious person at the beginning, but eventually, when I grew up, I started to compare things, and then it was very difficult to live in an Islamic country because you are not free to decide what you want to wear, or you are not free to decide which religion you want to choose, or even not to having religion, or you are not even free to have let's say a boyfriend. That's not allowed in Iran. You are not free to sing, you are not free to ride a bicycle. So that's how living in such society looks like.
And what influenced you? What made you the person you are today? You said you were brainwashed, but something happened and you took such a decision.
My father introduced me to chess when I was around the age of 8, around the age of 9. And then chess helped me a lot, because in chess we learn about critical thinking, about analyzing, about judgment, about calculation, and all these things. And also it provides lots of opportunity for traveling. So when I was at the age of 10, I started to travel to other countries for chess tournaments, and it provided me an opportunity to be able to compare the other parts of the world with my own country, to see that the thing that Ayatollah says doesn't look quite right. At the beginning, you start to try to find an answer and to explanation, but eventually you cannot resist against reality. You just see that, but it's a gradual process to learn things and to compare things and to create your own judgment. But yeah, I realized that the thing that Ayatollah says is just not true.
And what do you like most about chess?
I think I love the logic in chess, because it helps us to be so logical, and I love critical thinking about chess. It just makes us to use our brain and to compare things and have a proper judgment about different aspects. Yeah.
And what's going on now in Iran?
Right now in Iran, people are very furious about the Islamic regime. They believe that this regime is not representing us, and they want freedom, they want democracy, they want a normal life, but the regime doesn't allow. How Iranian people feel is like that they're hostage. It's like more than 80 million people hostage of a regime. But this regime has guns, they have military, and they don't allow people to live how they want to, just like a normal life. So there are loads of protests going on, but this is not just a protest. We believe that this time it's going to be a revolution. So it's going to bring a change.
But the state is shooting, torturing, executing demonstrators. What does your Iranian network say? Are you in contact with your Iranian network? Can you communicate at all?
Yes, I am in connection with Iranian people, and I receive some direct messages from them, and also I follow news, especially Instagram is very popular in Iran, and also some other social media like Telegram, and there are different channels. People upload videos there. So when they are fighting against the people of religious police, then people try to take a video when they are torturing people or when they are shooting at people. This is very difficult, and when you see those videos, basically what the Iranian people say is that when you put it on Instagram put a warning on that watching these videos is, it's going to be harsh, but people of Iran saying that we actually are living this moment, that other parts of the world cannot even watch the videos, but this is our actual life.
But I have heard that internet connection has been reduced. So there is not very much connection, internet working everywhere.
Yes, in some parts, basically, let's say there are some days that the government totally shut down internet, but there are some parts of the country or some hours like at 2 a.m. Because of some working matters, they give access to people for a very limited hours, and then people use VPN because the government filter WhatsApp, Telegram, and also Instagram, but people use VPN to double cross filtering, and then that's how they send these videos to the rest of the world. Yeah, right now I didn't manage to speak to my family for a long time because of this internet cut.
But even if the state managed to repress these protests or this revolution with armed forces, so there won't be long until the next protests begin. What do you think?
I think what is happening in Iran is a gradual process. So it started many years ago with asking for reform. There was an election in Iran for presidency, and then people saw that how the regime cheated in election to change the result of election for the person that they wanted. Then there was many demonstrations in Iran around the country. We called it Green Revolution, and we asked for a reform. But instead of reform, the regime killed many people. One of the famous people who killed there was an innocent girl called Neda Agha Sultan, who was an image for our revolution as well, because she was killed for just peaceful protest, because of a peaceful protest. And then after that, we Iranian people learned more and more about the nature of this terrorist regime. So as a result of that, then we moved on from the reform, and we said that we don't want a reform, we want a change. Especially in 2019, we tried so much to have this change, but then the government shut down internet again and started to kill people, innocent people. One of the people which later became executed because of this protest was Navid Afkari, who was an athlete. They tried to just connect him with some lies, which was the things that he was not included on them. It just labeled him with things only because he was protesting against the regime in December 2019, which we Iranian people call it Bloody Aban, because December in Iran is called Aban, and then because of loads of blood, we call it Bloody Aban.
But some things about the current protests are different from the past, as you said. So women are protesting everywhere in Iran, and men are showing solidarity with them. In the name of equality, the keywords are women, life, freedom.
That's true, because let's say that we haven't forgotten what happened to us in the past, but this time the morality police killed an innocent girl called Mahsa Amini for the crime of not wearing proper hijab. She was wearing hijab. It was just a loose hijab, but the morality police killed her. And because of that, Iranian people are so furious. And then this just provoked us, let's say, to continue what we had to finish from the past. So we just became more braver. We don't have any guns, anything, just our empty hands, but people are ready enough to sacrifice their lives because of bringing a change. So eventually, from many years ago till today, Iranian people are living under oppression and are trying to bring these changes, but it's a gradual process. And now we think that we are almost ready to sacrifice lives to have this change.
How important is the support of the foreign countries?
We think that this is very important because while we are fighting against the terrorist regime in Iran, while they killed Mahsa Amini, the president of the country went to US and was giving a speech to the whole world. He was showing the picture of Qasem Soleimani, who was another terrorist, which US government decided to kill him in Iraq. So why these terrorist people who are running this regime are allowed to give speech to the whole world? Why even the US or other countries give visa to them? That's the main question. Why do they have embassies around the world? They're just killing innocent people, and human rights is not just an internal matter. It's a matter for the whole world, and I think that this is not something that we can neglect.
And what can we do to support Iranian women protesting for freedom?
What we say as Iranian, we say that please be our voice. Send our voice to other people, be our voice to your country, so that Iranian regime won't be recognized around the world. Let's say not Iranian regime, it's just Islamic regime. We don't agree. It is not republic, it is not Iran, it's just hostaging our country. That's the reality about it. So we want the whole world not to recognize them, not to recognize terrorists, not to negotiate with them.
Yeah, you said that the German government, the foreign ministry, Annalena Baerbock, was just today saying that they are going to sanction to the responsible of these delicts, of these crimes. Is it the right direction?
Yes, I think this is at least something that makes us very happy because you know, these people who are running the country, they send their children to abroad. How is it possible that they make life so difficult for people inside the country while their children can go outside, and then they send those corrupted money that they use? They just sent Iranian people's money to those children, and they are spending it outside. Yeah. This is something not acceptable, we think. And we think that the whole world shouldn't give visa to these people related to the Islamic regime in Iran.
So thank you for all these insights. And do you have a message for our users? So you can talk really to the people listening to this video directly now.
I really appreciate the people who care about freedom, who care about women's rights, about equality, and about human rights. It's very important for all of us to make the world a better place. So I ask them to be the voice of Iranian people.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.